Hi guys, Sandy Ingram here. Let me explain what's really going on with the Iraqi dinar right now, because a lot of people are pointing fingers at the Central Bank of Iraq, and the bank is basically saying, hold on, this isn't on us. Here's the situation. The dinar has been looking weak lately, especially when you compare the official exchange rate to what people are actually paying on the streets of Iraq for the US dollars. Now, I know they're not supposed to be using dollars, but they are. That gap between the official rate and the market rate has been growing, and naturally, people want to know who's responsible. Well, you could remind them that they're not supposed to be using dollars, but that doesn't really help. According to officials at the Central Bank of Iraq, they say the problem isn't caused by the bank's policy. Instead, they believe the pressure on the dinar is coming from outside factors. Things like political tension, trade issues, and demand for dollars inside the country, inside of Iraq. In other words, the bank is saying the currency isn't sliding because of what they're doing, but because of what's happening in the wider economy. They're also pointing out that when people rush to buy dollars, whether for imports, savings, or just fear, that creates a shortage of dollars locally. And when dollars get scarce, their price goes up on the street, which makes the dinar look weaker even if the official rate hasn't changed. So from the Central Bank of Iraq's point of view, the exchange rate gap isn't proof of policy failure. It is a supply and demand issue, plus market psychology. When people lose confidence or expect trouble, they grab dollars. And that behavior alone can push the market rate away from the official rate. Bottom line, the central bank is basically saying, we're doing our job. The real pressure on the dinar is coming from economic conditions and market behavior, not from the Central Bank of Iraq. Now, we appreciate the CBI explaining this. For one, the channel was not totally aware that the market rate value had grown wider or higher, much higher than the official rate. As you know, that is grounds for trouble, real trouble, because the first thing that could happen is protests. And you know how dangerous protests are in the Middle East, especially in Iraq. Protests have been known to tumble entire regimes. Now, the channel will keep you updated on this. But on the back burner, well, really it's the front burner, Trump has not said anything. Friday has come and Friday has gone. Trump has not said anything about Maliki. But Maliki is meeting with the U.S. envoy. Now, we're not sure yet what that means, but I will try my best to put an article on the blog, on the channel's blog later today to explain what this chatter is all about.